Hey everyone, welcome in here to the Friday edition of Trending Politics Live. Kind of feels interesting being just you guys and me. I've had guests on 3 days in a row. It's been a great lineup of guests, but today is just me. So, as everyone knows here, now I did have something different planned for today. To be totally honest, I thought Saturday was September 11th, but my week has been going by so crazy. It's actually today. So today, I know yesterday I said that we were going to go into this whole Fauci thing and what Trump said and what he didn't say and downplaying the virus, but today is 9/11, everyone. So we want to remember this day. We want to remember those who were lost, remember those people who died on that tragic day. With the hands down, the worst terrorist attack here that we've experienced. Comment below. Let me know what you guys, where you were, your response, where you were on that day, any personal story you may have had. And then towards the end, I'll try to catch that. We have a lot to cover though today. So we're going to get into some of that. So as we talked about here, so this here was a couple years ago at the light show, and thank God, the light show is back on. So, about a couple months ago, they were thinking about canceling the light show because of coronavirus fears, but thank God it is still back on. Now, one of the things that you always see every 9/11 is this story about President Trump. You always see this meme kind of being recirculated on the internet. And so someone posted this yesterday, 2 days after the 9/11 attack, President Trump was at ground zero with hundreds of workers that he paid out of his own pocket to help find and identify victims. This was much before he was even thinking about running for president. He's been a patriot to the country he loves forever. Now, every time this meme gets recirculated, we have a lot of people say, "Oh, that's not true. That's just a picture of him, at ground zero, but he didn't do any of this." Well, the sergeants of the NYPD have come out and confirmed the story here. So this here is an official Twitter page for the Sergeants Benevolent Association, comprised of over 13,000 active and retired sergeants of the NYPD. And they responded to this story saying this: "That's a fact. Trump immediately offered support, as he always did, to the NYPD for many, many years." President Trump has no doubt been an amazing patriot, someone who undoubtedly loves this country. And, for years, liberals have been saying that this story here is false. And the sergeants of the NYPD themselves have come out and have said that this is in fact true, that President Trump did this, that he paid workers out of his own pocket to help at ground zero, to identify victims, to find victims. And, this is a really good thing on his part. So everyone, just always remember this here. And, I just wanted to open there with that. And then, just a couple of things here that I saw as we're leading, as we always see on 9/11. This image every single year always gets me, you guys. This here is from one of the 9/11 memorials here out there in New York. And it's a transcript of a phone call from Brian Sweeney. And this is for his wife, I believe. And so he says, "Hey, Jules, this is Brian. Listen, I'm on an airplane that has been hijacked. If things don't go well and they're not looking good, I want you to know that I absolutely love you. I want you to do good, have good times. Same with my parents. I'll see you when you get here. I want you to know that I totally love you. Bye, babe. Hope I will call you." That is Brian Sweeney, passenger of United Airlines Flight 175. And it was, in fact, to his wife, Julie. So that was at 9:03 a.m. That one hit me. That one always hits me every single year. Kind of makes you catch your breath a little bit. It's very, very powerful stuff. And, it's just a reminder of, the real things that happened on that day. The people who, they went to bed that night thinking that, hey, I was just going to go on a flight the next day, and it turned out being this terrible situation. Another meme that I saw here. Shout out to Tophertown Music on Twitter and Instagram for sharing this. This is about unity in our country, about unity just in general. This meme is starting to circulate, and it's really powerful. It says, I miss 9/12. I miss September 12th. It says, I would never want another 9/11, but I miss the America of 9/12. Stores ran out of flags to sell because they were being flown everywhere. People were Americans before they were upper or lower class, Jewish or Christian, Republican or Democrat. We hugged people without caring if they ate a Chick-fil-A or wore Nikes. On 9/12, what mattered more was what united us than what divided us. Now it's hard to read this meme here in 2020 and see all the divisiveness in our country, and to think that, what would it take for that to happen again? And honestly, I don't know. Sadly, it's hard for me to envision a scenario where that type of unity will ever happen. I was 12, 11 or 12-ish, 12 when 9/11 happened. And yeah, it was a beautiful thing. I mean, we were not 9/11 itself, but the unity afterwards was a beautiful thing. Somehow President Bush's approval rating was in, I believe, the low 80s, high 70s. I mean, that's unfathomable now. Even Barack Obama, with all of the media love that he received, he barely sniffed 60%, and that was in the very beginning. But in today's climate, I don't think that kind of unity could happen again. I believe that if another 9/11 happened, that there would just be a lot of it would still be political. I would hope that wouldn't happen. But in today's day and age, you never know. And then also, we can't also forget the other tragedy that happened on 9/11, 2012 in Benghazi. We don't want to forget these men as well who died. The Daily Caller tweeted this out. Never forget that today is also the day that 4 Americans were killed during the 2012 attack on our diplomatic compound and CIA annex in Benghazi. Ambassador Christopher Stevens, Tyrone Woods, Glenn Doherty, and Sean Smith. So this day has a lot of things to remember, everyone. So, I'm going to show you a flashback video. I'm going to end off this video with Lee Greenwood in 2001, about a month and a half, about 2 months after, about a month and a half after 9/11 happened. Lee Greenwood sang God Bless the USA at a baseball game. It was very powerful. I'm going to save that till the end. I want to leave off the week on that note, and I will sign off immediately there. Yes, everyone. So today's is a paraphrase. Back to the whole unity thing, everyone. It made me think again about, I can't help solve unity in the United States. I've got a big message, got a big platform here with trendingpolitics.com and everything, but I can't solve unity. All I can do is maybe little by little call out the hypocrisy on the left, absolutely. But before I post something, maybe see, hey, is this going to be super divisive? Is this absolutely necessary to post? And of course, I'm always going to defend President Trump, like against the liberal media, against the Democrats and Pelosi. But, I think this day kind of always reminds me to just take another second, because, on September 12th, 2001, we definitely came together in a big way. And so, a lot of things to reflect on and glean from in this day, everyone. But that's what I have to say there, everyone. So I'm going to finish off this here after I talk about President Trump's new historic peace deal. Then I'm going to finish off with that Lee Greenwood song. So make sure to stay on till the end. This is only going to be a few more minutes. This is going to be the shortest live stream of the week here, guys. It's been a long week. It's been a different week. And today is a different day. So we're going to just take this one a little bit slower and end this so you guys can get on with your weekend and everything like that. So As many of you guys heard, President Trump once again brokered another historic peace deal. He says, another historic day. Our two great friends, Israel and the Kingdom of Bahrain, agreed to a peace deal, the second Arab country to make peace with Israel in 30 days. Put this into context, everyone. It took 26 years since the last time Israel normalized relations with another Middle Eastern country. And this is the second one in 30 days, thanks to President Donald J. Trump. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Here's a little more details. Joint statement from the United States and the Kingdom of Bahrain and the State of Israel. President Donald Trump, His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa bin Salman Al Khalifa from the Kingdom of Bahrain, and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel spoke today and agreed to the establishment of full diplomatic relations between Israel and the Kingdom of Bahrain. This is a historic breakthrough to further peace in the Middle East, opening direct dialogue and ties between these two dynamic societies and advanced economies will continue positive transformation of the Middle East and increase stability, security, and prosperity in the region. You guys, this is amazing. I mean, I can see now why the media needs to slander President Trump every day. Because if they just talked about the good things he's doing for the country, they wouldn't, his approval rating would be in the 60s, in the 70s, you guys. I mean, this is just crazy. I mean, de-escalating tensions with North Korea, obliterating ISIS off the face of the planet, normalizing these and brokering these peace treaties, the embassy in Jerusalem, not only making plans for it, but getting that thing constructed and under budget, as he likes to say. I mean, a roaring economy before the Chinese virus came into the United States of America, and now we are in a V-shaped recovery again. You guys, President Trump is the leader that we need. He's a leader that we need. Now, more news on President Trump's potential, Nobel Peace Prize victory. Richard Grenell posted this morning. Guys, he just got another nomination. President Trump nominated for a second Nobel Peace Prize for his historic Kosovo-Serbia agreement. Magnus Jacobson says, I have nominated the U.S. government and governments of Kosovo and Serbia for the Nobel Peace Prize for their joint work for peace and economic development through the cooperation agreement signed in the White House. Trade and communications are important building blocks for peace. Guys, go out and vote for President Trump in 2020. I want to see what this man can do with another 4 years under his belt. And Ben Shapiro commented on this as well. He says, note on the Bahrain peace normalization. Note, Bahrain normalizing with Israel doesn't happen without Saudi permission. It just doesn't. Which means that this regional peace is going to broaden. Ben Shapiro also added this. Trump has completely upended conventional wisdom in the Middle East because the conventional wisdom was idiotic. Guys, I think we're seeing something prophetic here from President Trump. I think we're seeing beautiful things here that is not going to happen if Joe Biden gets elected as president, everyone. We need President Trump to stay into office. We need these peace treaties. We need these peace deals. We need everything that he's bringing to our country, you guys. Don't listen to the media. They are, excuse my language, garbage. They lie, they cheat, they steal. They're just in it for the profit. They're just in it for the money. But you guys, President Trump is doing some amazing things. Ben Shapiro was no Trump fan. He started off hating President Trump. Then he started tolerating President Trump. And now, just a few weeks ago, when the peace deal was brokered between the United States and the United Arab Emirates, Ben Shapiro said, President Trump has done more for peace in the Middle East than any president in my lifetime. We have that quote up on Trending Politics Instagram. Amazing. Amazing. So guys, I want to see your comments. Comment below with what you with what you think about President Trump normalizing relations, guys. I'm going to just give a quick glance at the comments here. You guys are amazing. I'm going to end off here with a beautiful video of. I'm going to end off with a beautiful video here, you guys. Oh, great! I just saw. Hey, that actually just reminded me. Thank you guys so much for saying that in the comments about the video of him on Ground Zero. Here's that video. I totally forgot I had this queued up. Let's cue up this video of Trump on Ground Zero, and then we'll end off with Lee Greenwood.
Just a few moments ago, Donald Trump passed through here, so we had a minute to talk with him. Let's roll that tape. You can see what he had to say.
Well, I've never seen anything like it. I've seen two huge 110-story buildings that are reduced to rubble. Thousands and thousands of lives. I just got to see something that I've never seen before. I have hundreds of men inside working right now, and we're bringing down another 125 in a little while, and they've never done work like this before. And they're hardworking people, but they've never seen anything like it, and they've never done work like this before. It's terrible.
Tell me what it's like at Ground Zero. Tell me about the workers that you saw and what they're doing there.
Well, not only is it devastation, but it's very dangerous because every few minutes a whistle would go off and everybody would just run because you have all the buildings around it, which are in such a weakened state that people just don't know. And so they just have to take off. And then they come back and they're working under 50-story buildings that you don't know if they're going to fall down. So it's a terrible thing for the workers, and it's a terrible thing for the world, really.
How have you spoken to any of your men? Do you know how they're reacting to this? Because emotionally, this must be so incredibly difficult.
Well, there are a lot of them, but they've never seen bodies like this. I mean, the bodies all over. The great thing is when they find somebody that's alive, like the 5 firemen that they just found a little while ago. So that's the great thing, and that's what they're all striving for. But generally speaking, that's not the case. That's not the case. So they are working very, very hard, but it's a very depressing situation for these folks.
As you walked around and as you saw the piles of rubble, there are thousands of families out there who are hoping that someone might be in a pocket somewhere, still alive, still breathing, waiting to be dug up. As you assessed that damage from your perspective, do you believe that's possible?
Well, I would certainly not want to be the one to say it's not possible. Certainly it's a tough situation, but you can't give up hope because there's always hope. I mean, the 5 men, I'm sure their families thought that they probably were gone, and now they walk in the door. A couple of them walked away after they were dug out. So there probably are some more people in there, and therefore you can't give up hope.
You've had an impact on the skyline of New York. What is it like as you see it now?
It's like a whole different skyline. It's like a whole different city and world. I cannot believe the sight of Lower Manhattan without the World Trade Center, and therefore we have to rebuild, not necessarily in that form, but we have to rebuild at least as good and maybe better.
Just finally, can you tell me emotionally as you walked around, we've heard some of the stories from the firemen. They're so exhausted and mentally and physically. What was it like for you personally to go in and see all of what you saw?
Well, it was amazing to see it. It was a very depressing scene, but I'll tell you what, you really can take heart. These firemen and policemen and the construction workers equally, the courage they have is unbelievable. I mean, they're working, digging out and lifting up steel, and above them you have 55-story buildings that are very possibly going to be pouring down on them any minute, and they're working like nothing's wrong. I mean, they're amazing.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. President Trump did it, and like we talked about earlier, everyone, people are the NYPD sergeants confirmed this story here, saying President Trump did immediately offer support, offered workers, everything like that. Someone in the comments, I said, excuse my language, but the media is garbage. I understand that's not necessarily a bad word. The reason I said excuse my language is because I just talked about unity, and then I said that the media was garbage. And look, I know that's not the most the most ununifying thing, but I just was in a spirit of unity, so I thought that calling the media garbage was bad language. But so that was pretty funny that someone pointed that out. But you guys, so everybody, I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. I'm gonna finish off here with Lee Greenwood. And we're probably going to get a copyright violation on YouTube, but I don't care. I believe it's that important. I want you guys to see this and remember this. And get the tissue out. Get the tissue out because it's going to be a tearjerker, you guys. So, guys, go to trendingpolitics.com. We're putting up new stories there every single day, as you guys know. Love and support each and every one of you guys. Also go to ilovemyfreedom.com. It's where we have all of our pro-Trump merchandise. We've got a team of over 30 people in Kansas at our fulfillment center, American citizens, shipping things out to you guys every single day. So Clayton Kearns here, guys, from trendingpolitics.com. I'm going to leave you here with Lee Greenwood, and you guys have an amazing weekend and have an amazing rest of your day. Oops. All right, everyone. Amazing, you guys. So you guys all have an amazing rest of your weekend, you guys. Have a good one.